Welcome back to ALPB Roundup. I'm Ryan here with an abbreviated series roundup. I'm about to get out of town for the weekend, so I'm a little bit all over the place. So we are going to keep this short, sweet, simple, to the point. Let's talk about where we are as we come down the home stretch for the first half of this Atlantic League season. Last night, Lexington's game against Southern Maryland got rained out, so they will leave that series with a shortened 2-game series sweep and a 5-game winning streak. High Point won their third straight over Gastonia to gain a half game on the Legends since the Legends were not playing, but they still sit 8.5 back from Lexington. Gastonia is now 10.5 games behind Lexington, and the Power are 11.5 out of first. Their elimination numbers for the first half are 9 and 8, respectively. I'm willing to say Gastonia and West Virginia they're out of the first half race. I think no one's going to yell at me for that. They really can start looking toward the second half and how they want to build on this. That is the Silver Linings take there. High Point, they still have a chance here if they can somehow sweep Lexington this weekend. Then High Point goes to Lancaster, which anything can happen there. Lexington goes to Long Island. That's a difficult series. Nobody wants to take on Long Island. That's another opportunity to gain some games for High Point. If the Rockers manage to make that work and Lexington falters, the Rockers could be just 3 or 4 games back with 10 to play. Still a reach, but they closed the first half against Lexington for 1 game, so that'll help. We'll see. Is it likely? Absolutely not. Could it happen? I mean, sure, yeah. Sure. Yeah, it could happen. In the North Division, now this has been a huge week for the Ducks. Cannot overstate how important it's been for their playoff chances. The Ducks made the most of their series against a slumping West Virginia Powerball club. They swept the Power, and the Blue Crabs dropped both of their games against Lexington. So Long Island jumps from 1 game out of first to 1.5 games above Southern Maryland with just 17 to play. The Barnstormers and Revolution also played right into the Ducks' hands this week, trading games in their 3-game set that left Lancaster 3.5 behind Long Island and York a game behind Lancaster. As I mentioned, the Legends and High Point, they will have 3 games in High Point this weekend to battle it out. Lexington has some flexibility with the rotation after last night's rainout. So we're due to see J.J. Hoover, Liam O'Sullivan, and Tyrell Harris. I don't know that they would change that around, but they could if they wanted to. High Point's expected to throw Tommy Lawrence, Bryce Hensley, and Craig Stem. Those 3 guys have a combined 8.1 ERA this season. Lexington's already scoring nearly 8 runs per game this season, so we could see a lot of offense out of the Legends. High Point is going to have to keep up and get some clutch performances from those 3. York, they head to Long Island for a huge series. I'd expect to see the Ducks throwing Feldman, De Leon, and Harkin. The Revs are expected to put Nicely, Steinfort, and Welch on the mound. York's got an opportunity to cut down that 4.5 game difference between them and Long Island. Long Island, in turn, could just move the pillow over the face of York's first half chances. Was that dark? That felt dark. I need a vacation. This weekend can't come soon enough. Anyway, it's fine. This series is even more vital because anything could happen in the other series in this division. Southern Maryland heading to Lancaster for 3 games. Southern Maryland could realistically get a sweep here. Pitching is rested after yesterday's rainouts. Bullpen's rested. That's going to be key going ahead, though they did just lose Mike Devine to a contract purchase. Barker, Mahoney, and Darryl Thompson are the most likely starters for Southern Maryland, with Sam Burton available as well, but he's been struggling. Lancaster will likely roll with Rincon, DiSabatino, and Boydston. I don't see Lancaster sweeping this, but they do find a way to win games and win series in Lancaster, so they could just as easily take 2 of 3 here. So Southern Maryland might come out of this rolling and really putting the pressure to Long Island, or Lancaster could beat them up, and for all we know, Lancaster could actually be ahead of Southern Maryland by the time the series is over. So that's something to keep in mind. Well, probably not. They could be tied. We'll call it tied. I don't see a sweep happening here, but yeah, I've been wrong before. Gastonia, they host West Virginia this weekend as well. Keep an eye on this series. I know it sounds like I'm just trying to justify, like, hey, pay attention to this. But beyond the fact that Gastonia is still the most fun team to watch in the league, even if they're slumping right now, you're going to want to keep an eye on this matchup because if Lexington is going to win the first half, and they are going to be the favorites to win the second half, we're going to be looking for a wildcard team to take the second playoff spot out of the South. Now, it's going to be the best team as far as overall record goes across either division that's going to get this spot. So West Virginia and Gastonia are behind now, but they're not really far off the pace for a wildcard lead here. I just looked it up. Gastonia right now sits 4 games behind. West Virginia 5 games behind, I think, for the wildcard lead if the season were to end today, which it doesn't because we're only 35% of the way through. So it's way too early to look at wildcard, but it's not too early to be thinking about wildcard, especially the way the Legends look like they could run away with that South Division. Gotta be thinking ahead, gotta be positioning yourself. These games will be key for someone getting into the playoffs. With that, I'm going to call it a day. You will not hear from me as far as roundups go. Today is Friday. You will not hear from me Saturday. You will not hear from me on Sunday. Monday morning, we're going to do a full series roundup. It's going to be me figuring out what did I miss. And we will catch up together is what we'll do. On Instagram, if you follow me, and Twitter, I'll probably be like posting scores as they go live. But that's about it. I'll be staying out. If anything big happens, I'll probably post something quick. But I'll stay off video for now. To keep an eye on, I'll have a Josh Sala interview posted either this afternoon or this evening. Very excited about that. Check it out. If you're interested in incredible stories, if you're interested in good people, if you're interested in people turning it around, if you're interested in Gastonia Honey Hunters baseball, check out the Josh Sala interview that's going to be dropping later today. I highly encourage it. He was kind enough to give me 40 minutes of his time, and I tried my best to make the most of it. So I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you enjoy some baseball. I will be enjoying the beach. I'll come back looking red on Monday morning, and we're all just going to be like, man, SPF 50 is just not enough for Ryan. I'm Ryan from MLB Roundup. Have a good one.